What's up, everybody? It's your boy Shock the Nicest out here with our BBL Season 7 Team Draft Analysis here for you guys. I am super happy to be here again for BBL. If you guys don't remember last season of BBL, we were getting tossed around with a lot of hacks. Week 1, we got distracted by other people and we lost the game. And then we were just not going in the direction that we wanted to. And we, with 4 and 5, somehow managed to win out. We pretty much did win out. We did lose one game, but that was a tough game. And we managed, though, besides that, to essentially win out and make the playoffs as the final seed. And we proceeded to make it all the way to the semifinals. So the underdog story is going to continue with me again. I decided to come back for VBL, even though VBL season was borderlines of me debating just to leave because I just was not having fun with the season. I wasn't having fun with the league. I just was not feeling it at all. Excuse me. And I ultimately decided, you know what, I'm going to give BBL one more shot, and I decided to go for it. And I kind of regretted it a little bit because now I got a worse draft spot. I roughly got the middle of the draft. I think I got the 10th or 11th pick. So that was pretty rough. But I think we walked away with some cool mons that we were able to get, and very much annoyance that certain people were not going to like. So, if you guys are excited for this draft analysis, hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. Join the Shock Computer today because you can through. And with that being said, let's get into this draft analysis. So like I said, I had the 10th or 11th pick. I kind of knew what I wanted. I wanted to maybe go with Zero or Zapdos. If you guys remember DDL, I was trying to use that for. But, excuse me, that didn't work. So I was thinking to myself, okay, what do I do to do what I need to do? And ultimately, when it came to me, I was thinking to myself, okay, I've used this Pokemon just recently. I didn't use it for a full season, but we went crazy with it and picked up about a grand total of, 18 kills with it within the last 4 to 5 weeks of the season. And I just wanted to use this again. Definitely try to explore it a little bit more. But with my very first overall pick, I scooped up, and I cannot actually believe this made it to me all the way to number 10 or 11. I got Zygarde. Zygarde, as we all know, is a monster. It literally has arguably the most spammable move in the entire series of Pokemon itself and competitively by itself. Sorry if I'm yawning a lot, guys. You can see it's really early in the morning, but earlier today I'm going to be getting my second COVID shot, my second shot for my vaccine, and yeah. So I'm recording this pretty early in the morning just to get it out of the way. But Zygarde is just amazing. Yes, the weakness to ice is really there, but I think we patch up that ice weakness a bit better with some Bolt and some really good offensive synergy. But ultimately, I think Zygarde is just so goddamn broken. I don't know. It's probably almost getting itself semi-borderline to being probably banned in leagues, but for right now it's manageable. It's done, but foil sets are annoying, Dragon Dance sets are threatening, and just sheer offensive sets like Choice Band and stuff like that, it's just a monster to deal with. I really love Zygarde. I really am excited to get Zygarde. I actually, again, like I said, I'm really surprised this lasted as long as it did to me. If this would have went, I probably would have went with maybe my second Pokemon, or maybe with my Zapdos. So, I'm waiting on the draft, and I'm thinking, you know what, it would be funny if I can get this Pokemon round 2. And somehow I did. I don't know how this fell to me round 2. And I'm roughly middle, and it's 16 coaches, so it was very, not exactly nerve-wracking to me, but it was like making me thinking like, wait, there's no way I'm gonna get this Pokemon to pair with Zygarde. And I did. I got Victini. Round 2 Victini? I was very shocked by this myself. I was very surprised I was able to get round 2 Victini. What's really great about Victini is that offensively pairs really beautiful with Zygarde. I really think offensively Victini pairs just beautiful with Zygarde. Because there is so many things that Victini can do that is very much amazing. Ugh. Like, you look at Victini, what does Victini scream to you? Victini screams offensive, special, physical, it don't matter. It's also decent defensive utilities like Thunder Wave, Memento, and stuff like that. It's actually just heavy duty boost is really, really good. Now it doesn't get affected by the Stealth Rocks, or the Spikes, or the Natasha Spikes, or even Webs. So, really, really good stuff there for Victini. But the main thing about Victini that I like is that V-Create literally has very limited switch-ins. It's going to nuke those grass types that Zygarde can not necessarily struggle because it does get access to Skitter Smack, so it can actually weaken them for some Dragon Dance sets to work. But it's also a set that, it's also that Victini just nukes grass. Because for one, being Fire type. When it comes to Fairy types, Sylveon, Victini can actually relatively beat them 1v1 because of the fact that it is fire resist. And plus, it can be kind of semi-pseudo built to take on fairies without much investment in its pull instead of its HP. And obviously, like I've said, choice scarf sets are really good, and choice bandit sets literally nuke people. Like, I'm super excited to have Victini. I just literally just cannot believe this thing lasted round 2 to me. So I was debating this for my third pick, and maybe for the rest of my draft. I was thinking about, okay, I want to try to go for a tier 3 and use a low point mega. But after thinking about it, especially after these next pick or 2 picks, I decided to go against it and just go out with my draft and how it was. So, going into the third round, I wanted to snag an electric type. I wanted to snag something that was relatively easy, something that was good. Excuse me. And I scooped up the big boy Raikou here, and I'm actually kind of surprised Raikou lasted. I mean, well, I guess I'm not too surprised, but I definitely sniped a lot of coaches on this Raikou pick, and I'm actually really, really glad. I was originally going to draft Regieleki in this pick. I know, would have been a killing under the radar draft. But I drafted Regieleki, not Regieleki, Raikou, I'm sorry, it's morning. I drafted Raikou because I haven't used Raikou really all that much. There was the one APA season I used it, and we used it at least decent. I think I could have used it a bit better. Then there was the PBAL for the Hit Power allowed, and we used Raikou a bit better there as well. I wanted to really use Raikou this season. I want to try to use choice spec sets a little bit more. I want to be a little more diverse in the way I build with Raikou. So I've been seeing, like, the cool thing when you watch Draft League players, which is like nobody's Brendan, aka Dark26 on YouTube, go check him out. But when it came to like watching Brendan when he had Raikou, there was a set that I saw after like once the match went to play that I knew that set was better than the set he has. Not to say that I know more or have like a better knowledge of some sorts than some people or anything like that. It's just that I knew that set probably would have been better and probably would have won the game, but I didn't say anything to him because, you know, he's just been like that 50-50 with Mons, and he's also just kind of been feeling it, so I wasn't going to let him know. But generally speaking, Raikou, I think I know how to build well with. I think Raikou's really good. Game took advantage that hidden abilities on Raikou are now legal, so now we can take advantage of better focus on new potential Lynchmons, like Wolf Hunting and stuff like that. You can actually not have to worry about that. Now, obviously, if I don't show him pressure, it's immediately going to say I'm better focus, which, yes, would be a dead giveaway, but it stops things from making me from being able to stop me from attacking Raikou, which I think is the most important part there. Also, the access to now getting Horse Spear without having to be shiny or anything like that is also really good with Raikou, and also getting access to Stall this generation. Which I don't know why Game Freak thought that, but Game Freak knows how to make more Pokemon busted broken. And that's exactly what Raikou is. Raikou is now more busted broken. In fact, it's now effectively ground. It is one of the few electric types that can easily beat ground types, which is really, really good. And I generally speaking love Raikou, and I'm looking forward to using it. Also, I'm sorry if I'm a little out of the way talking. My cats are distracting me right now. They are trying to eat my stuff. They are trying to do this and that with my stuff. So I'm just trying to concentrate a little bit on getting them out of the way or moving them. So sorry about that, guys. Going into the fourth round, I need to grab a grounded poison type. I need to start grabbing hazards because I don't have hazards at all. And I felt like I wanted to grab something I never drafted. And I'll go with Scolipede here. Now, I have tried drafting Scolipede a few times, but leagues that I'm in just don't finish, and I just don't get the chance to use Scolipede as much because I really, really do want to use this Scolipede. Scolipede is really, really good, and ultimately, I want Scolipede. Now, I can't take advantage of a Tom Pass. That's a big rule right there. But what's really good about this is it gives me a moment of speed boost. Yes, toxic annoying shenanigans can be there. There's also, like a sub-toxic protect set, speed boost, where I can always get a sub up, I can always get a toxic off, and just overall really annoying. There's also chances of me being, like a very offensive choice band set. There's also ST sets. Like, there's a lot of utility options here with Scolipede. Just give me a one that's access to spikes and toxic spikes, which is also really, really good. So definitely going to force my opponents to defog or boots instead of being like a choice item. And I just think Scolipede is going to be really, really great for the team. I'm really, really looking forward to trying Scolipede, and hopefully I can do well with it this season. But going into my fifth pick, this is where I basically said, you know what, I'm just going to grab my stuff. I'm not going to grab, this and that and try to take chances or something like that. So I was thinking of grabbing Mini Rain with Politoed and maybe grabbing some things like Kingdra, Kabutops, like a Swampert, form like a little mini Rain team on the side of what I had. But I got sniped away from it, which was stupid. Anyways, going to my next pick, I picked up Petals, the Florges here. Florges I have won a championship with once in a Gen 2, in a Tier 2 and below league, where they gave me the most absolutely busted of things, and I just was able to win because of that. Florges didn't get to do a lot for the team, but what Florges provides for this team is just a wall. It's an annoying special defensive wall that can do a lot. It also has some decent offensive options as well, with being 112 in special attack. It's got a decent speed tier, so it outspeeds certain bulky Pokemon, which is going to be really good. HP and defense aren't the greatest, but it's not going to be meant to be that physically defensive wall. But it can definitely do what I need it to do, and I'm so looking forward to retrying Florges and hopefully doing in that certain regards. In that type of regard. So I'm really, 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 really excited to use Florges. And also it gives me a defogger, which we don't have on the team yet. You're going to see my defog options or my hazard remover. It's going to be limited. It's going to be limited. I will say that for sure. But going into my sixth pick, yes, I am evil. I am a disgusting human being. But this is what people get when they snipe my picks. Because this was the round that Politoed got sniped from me. And Scizor! But I couldn't get Scizor anymore, unless I had gotten one of those lower tier points, so in the end I guess it wasn't too bad. But then I could have just gotten like a mini ring core with some other things, but you do this to me, I'm gonna do this to you. I grabbed Alomola. And I've never used Alomola. I have a little bit in one league for about 2 or 3 weeks before the league died, and that was it. From what I understand how to use Alomola, is that you need to build this thing very good defensively.
You need to find the right item each week. You need to be ready to kind of just use this thing effectively, and paired with Florges, which is already disgusting as it is, they pair pretty much beautifully. Florges in doesn't like steel types. Alomola steel types. Well, Alomola really doesn't like dealing with very especially offensive electric types and grass types. That's what Florges does. Florges walls those hits off. Like, I genuinely think this pairing right here was super, super amazing. And what's really great about both of these picks as well is now I get wish support, which is very much more even disgusting. Now, I'm pretty sure Alomola does not get... Yep, it does not get Heal Bell, but it does get the healing wishes we saw. Alomola is very annoying, and if we even wanted to, we could probably bring an offensive Alomola set one week and just be super stupid annoying for a lot of teams. Just has some good utility moves and knockoff and stuff like that. It's most likely going to be a utility, maybe just for installed. But this Pokemon is going to be super annoying for a lot of teams to deal with, and I'm really excited to have Alomola. And I'm really excited to try it. We did name it Flat because it's a flat fish. That's the only reason. Going into my seventh pick, I needed a grass type, I needed a defogger, because I only have one defogger, and I want to bring at least something that can semi-reliably defog. And that mon was Decidueye. I have not used Decidueye since season, I believe season 4 of APA Indigo, and I think that was it. And I'm actually super excited because there's one move that Decidueye got that makes it even as better, and that's Poltergeist. Poltergeist made Decidueye a lot better, because Decidueye, when you look at its ghost stat, like let's look at its ghost type attacks. The most effective ghost type attacks it has can be relatively hacks if it's used right. Phantom Force, Shadow Ball, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, and Spirit Shackle. Now, Spirit Shackle is good. However, the problem with Spirit Shackle is that it's a trapping move. So if I'm down to my last Pokemon and I want to maybe get a prediction right versus clicking my Ghost type move with Spirit Shackle, I don't want to trap them on and then feel like I just may have potentially screwed myself by having a trap. So with Poltergeist though, and Shadow Claw's not bad, it's just that it's not the main ghost type attack really that you want to use. Obviously you want to use your strongest attacks against your opponents, unless you're set up with it. So, but I love Decidueye. Decidueye being able to go physical special, it's decent special wall. It's decent physically as well with having access to Risk and Defog. So it's definitely going to be something I have to be a little careful with. But generally speaking, I think the Decidueye is going to be really good. I'm actually really excited. And plus, guys, I got this in Tier 4, when this is a Tier 3 Pokemon. I mean, I'll take it. I'm not going to bother with the steals right there, but, yeah, that was a big, good snipe up right there. I think I sniped, actually, someone on Decidueye, I think. But I'm really excited to, have gotten, Decidueye, though, so that's going to be really exciting for me. Another great value that was somehow mistiered. This was Tier 4 Sharpedo. I am not kidding you. This is a Tier 4 Sharpedo that gets Speed Boost. Now I have two Pokemon that have Speed Boost. I have another one that's based on A5, but basically this thing's not even got a Speed tier. It's just like also how Scoliped's only a few points shorter than Raikou, but again, it's not have a Speed tier because it gets an instant +1 regardless of how things can go. So that's kind of another way I was kind of looking at it as well when I grabbed these mons. And I mostly grabbed Sharpedo for two reasons. One, I grabbed it as a Dark type because you need to have your Dark types, otherwise you're going to end up like me and get blown away by a Necrozma. Or two, I wanted a slightly better Water type because everyone knows that Alomola is not going to be that Water type that's going to be super offensive. It's going to be doing this and that. That's where Sharpedo comes in. Sharpedo is going to be a monster in this league just because Sharpedo can do a lot of things for me. Sharpedo is definitely a utility Pokemon that can take advantage of potential Swords Dance sets, can take advantage of very much offensive sets, and I'm super excited. I was trying Sharpedo in PBAL, but we saw how PBAL went, and I decided not to be a part of the league or something like that. But Torpedo, I'm super excited to try. I think this is going to be really good. Also, I have the most creative names ever. Great Blue and Robin Hood. Come on. Movie references. Come on! Anyways, we're not going to really talk about this pick. It's the clamps. We all know. I have like a love-hate with them, although I grab it mostly as a spinner and just so I can have pass removal. But I did love it one season where it did kind of pop off in RGBL for a little bit. It did pop off for a little bit. It did pop off a little bit. But, ultimately speaking, I love Armaldo. It gives me a good, decent defensive Pokemon. Just give me battle armor so I can never critted. So that's going to be really, really good. I'm just super excited for that. With my last pick before my Mega, with pick 10, I grabbed Girder. Now, originally, I wanted Piloswine. And that got sniped. Because then I might have not either picked this or I would not have picked Armaldo, to be honest with you. And actually, funny enough, the route I picked Armaldo, I sniped a Penguin on it, so that was kind of funny. But, what does Girder give me on this team? It gives me a Guts Abuser. It gives me something that screams, okay, you're going to status me, I'm going to bring this thing in, you status me, I get 3 Guts. And I'm super annoying and bulky, devitalized. And Girder actually can be a problem. I have seen people struggle with Girder in every way, shape, or form, and I'm just super excited to try Girder again. When we had it in Season 4, I believe in APA, when we had was kind of went really, really top heavy and we get a lot of low things, Girder at one point was my kill leader for the season, and I actually enjoyed using Girder. Girder was actually a lot of fun. Girder was more interesting than anything else. And I'm excited to try Girder again. And even though I don't plan to use this as an option, it does give me defog, so that gives me now my fourth remover, but our third defogger. So I think removal's fine. I don't think we have that many hazards though. We only have Stealth Rocks, Spikes, and Toxic Spikes, which I guess are just enough. I guess you could have gotten maybe one more Pokemon with that. But again, I would have gotten more rocks with a certain pig, but it got snapped. And with my last pick, it was no surprise what Mega I was going for. Basically, how I sometimes pick Megas, guys, is I look at my opponents. First off, I look at, what Megas do they have? And if they don't have Megas, I look at what typing they have. And then I look at the team's typings I have, and go, I don't have this, what can I grab? Then I look off theirs. And then that's how I got Aggron as my last one. Which is very surprising to get a Mega like Aggron in the last round, especially when it gets a move right there. You allow me to get Body Press with a base 238 defense stat? You're all insane. Like, Mega Aggron is so busted getting access to Body Press this generation. Mega Aggron as a whole is just a very annoying Pokemon. It gives me another Stealth Rocker, which is really great as well. And if I ever bring Trick Room, which my team kind of takes advantage of Trick Room pretty well. Aggron under Trick Room, there is no switching. There is literally no switches to Aggron. Because Aggron can actually hold its own offensively. There have been times where Iron Defense sets are a thing, Curse Rest sets are a thing with Sleep Talk. And I just really love Mega Aggron. I am so excited to use Mega Aggron this season. This season, and hopefully I can do well. I have won a championship with Mega Aggron in the past. Same thing with Florges actually on this team. So, and yes, I know, disgusting walls of Florges plus Alomomola plus Mega Aggron. It's disgusting, but this is what I'm telling the people. You sniped me. I became evil. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you are new. And we'll see you guys when week 1 goes up. I guess maybe some point next week, I'm going to guess. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time. Until next time, everybody. Peace.